Hi, Professor Wenaina here, your 5 minutes teacher on education, childhood, youth, parenting, and all things school. Welcome. Have you ever heard of dysfunctional family? A dysfunctional family is not always easy to spot from the inside. We as parents tell ourselves that our methods are for our children's good, but sometimes what we perceive as tough love or discipline is actually creating a dysfunctional home environment. The first sign that you're running a dysfunctional home is the belief that kids need to feel pain to learn. Yes, consequences are an important part of life, but beating or emotional pain as a teaching tool is plain dysfunctional and even absurd. When you believe that pain is the most effective way for your child to understand lessons, you are creating a culture of fear rather than one of growth. Your child should learn from the consequences of their actions, but there's a significant difference between natural consequences and deliberate infliction of suffering. If you resort to punishment that involves physical pain or emotional abuse, you are modeling cruelty, not responsibility. Your children will grow up dysfunctional, learning to fear you and replicating that behavior in their own relationships. Another red flag is thinking that kids cannot question adults. While it's true that children need guidance, they also need space to think critically. When you dismiss their questions or push back by saying, because I said so, you shut down their curiosity and the development of their own moral compass. Yes, some boundaries are non-negotiable, but your child needs to understand why those boundaries exist. If questioning is not allowed, your child learns to blindly follow authority without understanding reasoning, which can set them up for poor decision making later in life. Encouraging respectful dialogue, even when it challenges your authority, helps your child grow into an independent thinker who can stand up for themselves with reason, not rebellion. The third sign that you're running a dysfunctional family is if you find yourself avoiding tough conversations because they make you uncomfortable. Life is full of difficult subjects. Your discomfort as a parent should never be a reason to shield your child from these conversations. When you avoid them, you send the message that some topics are too taboo or shameful to discuss, leaving your child to fill in the gaps themselves, often with misinformation. Children are perceptive and will pick up on complex issues even when you don't talk about them. You don't end up with quiet kids, you end up with a dysfunctional family. The fourth indicator of a dysfunctional home is where your kids are forced to hide or deny their emotions, faking happiness or affection to keep the peace. Children need to express what they feel, even if it's anger, sadness, or frustration. If you are constantly telling them to cheer up or that they should be happy when they are clearly not, you are teaching them to fake their emotions. And over time, this leads to emotional numbness or explosive outbursts because they've never learned how to process their feelings in an authentic way. Worse, if you demand displays of affection when they don't feel affectionate, you erode their sense of autonomy and trust. A child who can't say no to affection will grow into an adult who doesn't understand boundaries, particularly in relationships. Finally, Holding your kids responsible for your feelings is a powerful indicator of dysfunction. Your emotions are your own, and your child should never be made to feel like they are in control of your happiness, anger, or frustration. When you say things like, "You make me so mad," or "You are the reason I'm unhappy," you put an unfair burden on your child's shoulders. This teaches your child that they are responsible for how other people feel, which leads to people-pleasing behaviors, anxiety, or deep resentment. It's not a child's job to regulate your emotional state. They need to learn that people are responsible for their own feelings and actions, you included. If any of these patterns resonate with you, it is called dysfunction, and it is time to reflect on how your family functions. Dysfunction doesn't mean you failed, it means there is room to grow and improve. Recognizing these signs is a first step towards creating a healthier, more loving family dynamic. You're not stuck in this. With effort, change is always possible. Thank you for your time. See you in the next one.